India has many fighting people. There are the Dogras. They make quite clean and hardy soldiers. There are the Jats. They are tall men. They are not very quick, but they fight bravely. The Marhattas are quick and the Gadwalias are brave. The Sikhs also make good soldiers. Some time ago, an Englishman wrote about the Sikh soldiers. They are very brave. They can bear hunger and cold. To them, a march of 50 miles a day is nothing. They do not care for rich food. They can live on a little parched gram, which they wash down their throats with cold water. When they move out, they do not take any tents with them. They do not need many things. All they take with them is a lota for water and 2 blankets. One blanket they use for themselves, with the other they cover their horse. This was written about the Sikh soldiers many years ago. It does not mean that they have now changed. They are as brave now as they were before. You know the First World War, it was fought against the Germans. Sikh soldiers took part in it as friends of the British. There they did many acts of bravery. They showed themselves to be among the finest soldiers in the world. This will be clear from what follows. A Havaldar was in command of his section. He had been a physical instructor in a school. Once he and his men were attacked by the Germans. The Germans were many, so they killed most of the Havaldar's men. Still the Havaldar did not lose heart. He went on fighting with his bayonet. In this way, he alone killed many soldiers of the enemy. After some time, he found that his sword and other arms were useless. Some of them had been bent, others had become unfit for use. But this did not fill him with fear. He took a sword from the hand of a dying soldier. With this, he went on fighting. While fighting, he received 5 wounds. Even then, he did not lay down his sword. In the end, he returned from the field. He had driven away the Germans but was very ill. It took him a year to get over his wounds. There is another story which shows the bravery of the Sikhs in France. A trench was held by a company of the 15th Sikhs. The enemy in large numbers lay near. They were preparing themselves for an attack. In order to fight well, the Sikhs needed bombs. But from where could they get them? An officer said that he would carry the bombs over a distance of 250 yards. But could he have done that alone? 10 Sikhs got ready to go with him. Each of them carried with him 100 bombs in boxes. Thus they moved on for 60 yards, but then they came under heavy fire. Man after man was shot dead. At last only 3 were left when they had reached within 30 yards of their goal. The bombs were, however, quite safe. By this time the Germans had come to know why these soldiers were going that way. They fired shots at them in such large numbers that the Sikh soldiers could go no further. The boxes were therefore broken open. The 3 Sikhs then carried as many bombs with them as they could. One of them was then shot dead and only 2 were left. Still on they went, crawling over the dead and the wounded. Thus walking through mud and water, they at last reached their goal. An English general to whom this story was told said, "Who will not say after hearing this story that the Sikhs are saints?" Similar stories are told of the Sikhs' bravery shown in the Second World War. With this, we come to the end of another inspiring chapter from Highroads of Sikh History. Thank you for listening to LitPunjab Audio. If you enjoyed this chapter, please like, share and subscribe. We look forward to welcoming you again in the next chapter.